All right. Not my best week of picks. I did all right. I think I won 8 or 9 games. I think I went like 8-5 or something like that. But I really thought I was going to end up doing better than that. But unfortunate. Near the end of the week, things didn't go my way. But moving on, let's talk. Redskins Falcons. You know, I I don't know what to tell you right now, but I thought, the Redskins offense got them back in that game. They really managed to gut out a couple of scores to make it a game near the end, and then the defense of Washington just immediately folded and gave up that 60 plus yard run to Michael Turner. It's kind of pathetic to see because that defense has been good for most of the year, and this was really a bad game. I don't really have anything to say on it. I watch the Red Zone channel now, and the Red Zone channel likes to show good, important games above anything else, and really this game had very few of those moments. So I don't think there's a lot to say here, but you know, it is the one time Washington mounts a half decent offensive performance and their defense just crumbles as soon as they're put in a little bit of the limelight. I don't know what that means, but that was kind of pathetic to see, I thought. Arizona, Chicago. Yeah, I just think this team is really poorly coached. I know maybe the players aren't the best in the league, but I don't know why they don't get up for these games. Like, this game was not as close as the score indicated. The Bears piled on some points at the end to try and make it look respectable, but this game was over much earlier than the, you know, full 60 minutes. And this was pretty much must win for both teams, and Arizona came to play and Chicago didn't. They might have one of the worst defenses in the NFL, and people don't want to believe it because the Bears ride their reputation. But really, I watched a lot of this game on the Red Zone channel, and whenever the Cardinals needed to get a first down, they got the first down. Whenever they needed to make a play, they made a play, and it wasn't about the Chicago defense. It was about, can the Cardinals execute? As long as the Cardinals executed in the sense of the throw was good, the receiver ran the right route, they were getting first downs. It was not a problem for them. The only thing that could stop them was themselves. And on this day, they were pretty damn near perfect. So, they even ran the ball great. But more than anything, the Fitzgerald thing really killed them, and Chicago was completely helpless to stop it. So, Lovey probably won't get fired at the end of the year because he's a nice guy, but realistically, I think he should be. Houston, Indianapolis, 20-17, Indy. I guess the thing we ask ourselves is Indianapolis just struggling, or are they thinking about the Patriots game next week? Because these last 2 weeks, Colts really haven't looked good. They looked awesome before that. So did they just start getting antsy a little early for the New England game? That I mean, or are they just too crippled by injuries to blow out teams like they should? Because the answer to that question is going to be very relevant in deciding who's going to win next week in the game of the year in all likelihood. But in respect to this game, Houston played really well. They dominated a lot of the game. Terrible loss for them. It really looked like they should have won this game. um, the fumble on the 1 yard line was really controversial. I know. I have no idea what happened there, and Houston shot themselves in the foot a lot with turnovers, but Indy had some too. I mean, the Reggie Wayne throw was atrocious. The interception by Manning was something that he would have done like 10 years ago, but usually he wouldn't do that today. But Indy pulled it out, and Houston's a good team. If you think Houston's bad, you need to tune into some of their games. They got a nice offense. Their defense can't really stop anybody, but at the end of the day, they're a pretty good team, and they'll be in the wild card hunt. New England, Miami, 27-17. Nice game. I thought Miami played well. They're just overmatched. I mean, there was one play that I thought summed up the whole game for the Dolphins and Pats. Vontae Davis had perfect coverage on a long ball to Randy Moss, and Randy Moss caught it with one hand. Vontae Davis couldn't have done anything. It just happened, and I don't know. They just don't have the talent to win on a regular basis against teams like the Pats and the Colts and the Saints. But I thought they played well. I still think they could make a little bit of a wild card push. I don't think they're going to get it, but I think they can push. I really like what they do with the Wildcat. When I was watching the game on Sunday, I noticed that they were using a 3-back formation with Pat White at quarterback, which is like really 4 different people you can give the ball to. And I like that wrinkle. Every week they add something new to the Wildcat, it seems like. And it worked. I mean, they ran the ball pretty well against New England. They got a touchdown out of the Wildcat formation. They got a touchdown out of their new Wildcat formation. And it seems like they run it so much better than anyone else. I mean, look at the Eagles. The Eagles trying to run the Wildcat with Michael Vick, and it's a disaster. They don't know what they're doing. They got to get rid of that. But Miami runs it well, and at the end of the day, New England is just a better team, and there's not much you can do about that, although it's a damn good thing New England won by more than 3 points, or else there would be hell to pay for the league, because it was a travesty that New England got the field goal off at the end of the first half. That was bad. I don't know how many G's Bill Belichick slipped the timekeeper, but that was something that would happen in a bad sports movie. I'm sorry, it's got to be said. Packers, Buccaneers. Hey, Raheem Morris, he cooked something up over the bye week. Maybe he'll be one of those coaches that really knows how to get things done over the bye week. No, but realistically, I had the Packers winning by 10 or more in this game, and as soon as Tampa Bay blocked the punt and returned it for a touchdown, I got this sick feeling in my stomach, like, oh crap. Oh crap. That has got to be one of the most damaging plays in the NFL. When you block a punt and take it back for a touchdown, it juices your team up, it gets the other team down. I can't think of a more damaging play in the sport. I mean, that's a freaking killer. It really is. But I thought Josh Freeman, the numbers are crappy, but I thought he was good out there. He was on the move, he made some plays. Not stellar by any stretch of the imagination, but I liked what I saw from Josh Johnson. Same old thing from Aaron Rodgers, holding on the ball too long. Because really, Tampa Bay is a pass defense you should be able to slice up, and Rodgers probably could have if he could have gotten off more passes, but, a lot of those sacks, yeah, they're on the offensive line, but some of those are because he's holding on to the ball, and at some point he's going to have to learn, because we don't want to see him turn into the next David Carr. He's got to figure this out, at least until he gets a better offensive line, that the ball's got to get out of there. And, obviously the Packers defense sucked too. They're the main reason why they lost, but still, for Aaron Rodgers' part, that's got to be the main concern for Green Bay, just because if he doesn't get rid of the ball, he's going to get killed before this season's over, and that's that. We got the Chiefs and the Jags. Uninteresting game. I don't know where to go with this. The thing with Jacksonville is they're not good. I think they're 4-4. Yeah, that sounds about right. They're depressing to watch. They don't have a lot going for them, but they have Maurice Jones-Drew, and that guy can go for 4 touchdowns on any given week. And as long as you have him, you have the opportunity to really sneak up on a team, and that's kind of what happened today. I mean, Jacksonville pieced together a nice game today, made plays offensively. Kansas City made a big push at the end when it was pretty much too late and they needed onside kicks, but I thought Jacksonville pretty cleanly dominated this game, and they're 4-4. If they figure something out before it's too late, the season's not over yet for them. They're not good, but I don't know how they're 4-4, but I guess they're hanging around, and it's kind of depressing that they're on the same pedestal as the Ravens. And speaking of which, I guess I shouldn't say too many nice things about the Ravens because, well, they lost to the Bengals. And, uh, the Ravens' offense has been good against everybody this year but the Bengals, now twice. They scored 14 and 7 on the Bengals. Against everyone else, they're putting up at least 21. They're doing a great job offensively against everyone else. So it's not like their offense is bad. It's a bad matchup. Flacco just eats turf. It has just eaten turf in both games against Cincinnati. He's turned it over. Other than Ray Rice, it seems like the Ravens offense wasn't able to show up against the Bengals. And really, the Bengals offense was able to rattle off those first 14, 17 points really fast. So it kind of felt like the Bengals were going to be able to score whatever they needed. So I think there is some blame on the defense there. They do need to patch things up, but still, it's about the offense.